Hey guys, DT here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to a brand new episode of Boom Beach. So today is the Hammerman day and today we're going to try and defend from Mr. Hammy. So I don't often put these videos out, and that is because I really did not get really too far into Hammerman stages. So today I'm going to show you how far I have gotten, and I'm also going to show you a bit of the base rebuild that I've done in order to be able to get through a bit further. And a huge shout out goes to one of the members of my task force, Medhunter. He definitely has spent a little bit of time with me, helping me out to rebuild my base. If you guys have been watching me long enough, you know that I am not a huge fan of base rebuilds. It takes a lot of time, and I'm generally not very patient of a person. So typically first 3 stages I go through without having to meddle with my base layout, and I get through them just fine. So today was not an exception. I was able to do just that, and if you guys can see, that shock blaster over there is just really working the magic. This is shock blaster level 3, and I have been swapping it out for the hot pot recently or the doom cannon, and definitely worked really quite well for stage 3 of Hammerman. Now stage 4 I did not get through initially, so I basically went in and did a little bit of the rebuild and kind of put my base really far out over on the left hand side corner, if you guys can see it right over there. And this is what Hammerman's attack looked like originally. So I felt like for the first wave I did a-okay, but then the tanks were there and the medics, so I had my flamethrowers kind of all together. They took out a bunch of the troops, and then from here on, you know, the tanks basically went in for other targets, and I was able to actually get really close to taking down all of the troops. But then I had 2 tanks and 1 rifleman left, and they finished me off, guys. So I was really quite pissed. I was like, oh my gosh, I was so close. I can't believe I didn't get through it. So then I went ahead and did a little bit more of rebuilding, and basically just some of the defenses that remained over on the right hand side, they didn't even get touched by the troops. I went ahead and made a few adjustments and placed them closer to the HQ, and this is one of those rare videos where you guys will actually see me do all of the rebuild, because like I said, I'm really not a huge fan of having to meddle with the base layout and you name it. I just kind of I'm not a huge fan when it comes to that. So I spent a little bit of the time playing with the base layout and kind of making small tiny adjustments. But in the case of Hammerman, sometimes just the smallest of the adjustments can really help out. So my main goal here was to try and take out medics as soon as possible, because medics is what kept all the troops going. So basically that was my goal over here. And as you guys can see, I only moved 3 of the defenses next to the HQ, because those were the defenses that were left when I had 2 tanks and 1 rifleman left. So I tried it again, and let's see how that worked out for me. So the troops that land right on the shore get shocked by the shock blaster and the shock launchers, and then a ton of them get taken out right away, but the medics are still keeping them going. So the goal here was to take out the medics, and if you guys can see, the medics were successfully taken out. There's still a few left, but much fewer than I had last time. So basically now the troops are going in the same pattern. Hammerman is just going to kind of repeat itself. So if you guys fail the first time, you can kind of go back and watch it and see where exactly, you know, you have to make adjustments. So over here I have the tank taken out over on the right hand side. Now I have 3 tanks left. I don't have the rifleman left, and we are actually going to be able to get through this in absolutely no time. The rocket launcher here is kind of, you know, still within the range, so we just with very little minor adjustments were able to get through it, and that was that. So this was Hammerman stage 4. I took out 12 medics, 432 riflemen, and quite a few tanks. So After this, stage 5 came, and for stage 5, I did, again, a bit more of adjustments, but this is how it started out originally. So basically same layout that you saw for stage 4. I thought, you know what, I'm gonna give it a go, see what goes down and what stays, and then we will go from there. So basically, I kind of just observed at what happened with the original attack, and look at the swarm, guys. All of the riflemen end up on the beach, and then I feel like I needed an extra shock blaster. It would be really, really nice to have an extra, prototype, but I don't have one. And here comes the Zuka wave. So the flamethrower situation there is getting really sparse, and the troops are going to swarm, overwhelm my beach, and then just get down to my HQ. Nothing is in their way right now, so this is going to be a very quick defeat. So I still managed to take out quite a few troops, but wasn't enough to actually win. So after that, I've spent a little bit of time talking to Manhunter, and we redesigned my base in such a way that the troops will go in for the clunks of all the defenses up front. Then they will go to the left-hand side corner, because that's where some of the economy buildings and production buildings are. And then they will go for the HQ, which is why there is a minefield there. Now, this is what happened originally, and I got, I felt like it did okay, but it did not do as well as it intended on doing. And the reason being is that I actually watched Manhunter's video from a few weeks ago. You guys, I'll drop a link to his channel in the description of this video, where he created a video of how to take down the Hemi. And look, the minefield, it definitely worked magic, but some of those mines were actually remaining. You can see the boom mine over on the left, and basically didn't take out anywhere nearly enough troops. So the difference was between Manhunter's base is that he had a damage amplifier. So I went ahead, built a damage amplifier, and then waited to replace it, and basically look at all the defenses that are nearby. The damage amplifier over here amplifies all of the defenses by the shore, and let me tell you, it has made an incredible difference. Look at the attack over here. As soon as the troops are landed on the beach, the shock launchers and the rocket launchers that are amplified by the damage amplifier are just absolutely taking down all the troops. Look at those, look at the flamethrowers. I mean, they are just frying everything in their way. And basically this one small change in the layout made an entire difference in me being able to defend. So this was actually the last stage, guys, that I was able to defend against during this Hammerman, and I usually look at the clunk of Zukas. There are 2 shots of the shock launcher, and Zukas are all gone, and this was the last of the stage 5 with 1 last Zuka remaining. This was it, guys. It was really, really easy. So if you guys are trying to get through at least 5 stages, use this layout. Now, I probably could have gotten through stage 6 with a similar layout, but the problem is my defenses are not maxed out. Right now, I'm working on maxing out my landing crafts. So the next order of business is maxing out my rocket launchers, shock launchers, and boom cannons. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks, I'll be able to get through stage 6 as well, guys. And I hope you're gonna enjoy this video. Smack a like button if you liked it, and I will see you in the next episode.